بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب زدني علما.
Now, the second thing what we'll do here is once we have an understanding of the topology, what we'll be using, or this is the topology. So let's assume that you have decided to use a GNS3 tool, which you have been using for a long time. So you want to use a GNS3 tool. And the prerequisite, if you're using the GNS3 tool, make sure that you have this GNS3 is already installed on your device. As you can see, I have this GNS3 already installed. And the backend, you also have this GNS3 VM integrated, because all these firewalls, you have the VM required. Okay, the VM requirement, and of course the image, you need to have upload the image. That's something we'll do along with the appliance file. We have to upload the image. So in my case, we'll be doing this image upload. But before that, make sure that you are running the server. Now, if you're using the local host, if I'm using Windows, what is that? The VMware Workstation Pro, which is a local host. So you can enable this GNS3 VM locally on this server. I'm not using it because that's not actually compatible with my laptop. So here you can select this and enable this option. This will run the GNS3 VM in the backend. So you must have this integration compulsory to run any advanced images like firewalls or SD-WAN images or load balancers, anything, security devices. So you have to set the RAM as per the requirement and you can enable this, but I'm not using this local. So I'll be using a remote server here. And if you go back to my the ESX server, which I'm running here, you can see there is a GNS3 VM. Let me minimize this. There is a GNS3 VM I installed on my server, on the remote server here. And as you can see, the remote server is using the IP address of 192.168.15.179 on port number 80. So we have to make sure that you set that here. You just need to click on add and just give the server and the IP address and the port number 80 you have to use. So already I did that, and that's the reason you can see I'm able to see this server running here. The green indicates that the server is running. And the simple thing, you can either have the GNS3 VM running either on the local PC, if your device supports. If you have the laptop, it supports 16 to 32 GB RAM, you can set that. Or if you have the remote server, probably I've set up on the remote server because I don't want to add a load on my local computer, which I use for the classes. So basically, I'll be setting up this on the remote machine. So the VM integration is mandatory. Mostly you go with a local because you generally do not have a dedicated servers. That's a secondary thing. You can have the remote. So here I have the remote option. So which means the next part is I'm ready to get the image. So I just go to google.com and I'll say first thing, Fortigate appliance file. So I need to have this Fortigate GNS3 appliance download. So we need to download this appliance file. Appliance file is again the prerequisite file you have to download, and it automatically goes into download section. So once you have this, you can go to the file and simply say import appliance and select this Fortigate file, which we have just downloaded. And as you can see the options here, normally if you're running on the local, you'll see this option. But the VM is running on my remote server. I'm using this here, okay? So that's what it is. So next option, click on next and we can simply, it will redirect to uploading the image. Okay, so we need to upload the image. That's what we will do here. So let's wait for this to come up. So the image which I'm going to use, I think I already have that image in my location here somewhere. You can see there's a FortiGate firewall image. I'll be using this 7.0.1, which is kind of a stable version, which I'll be using. You can also use 7.4. I have uploaded these two on my drive for you to access. If you check the emails, so I'll create a new version. We'll say 7.0.1, which I'm using here, 7.0.1. Create a new version and upload that. This is the same process for any firewall. If you're using Palo Alto or FMC, FTD devices or load balancers or any device you upload, you just need to download the relevant appliance file from the GNS3 website, and you have to select that and you have to upload the image. You need this image is already there. So I need to simply select and upload the image. I have this on my local computer. So download that from the Google Drive, which I have shared. It's a very small file. It's a simple file compared to any other firewalls. The FortiGate is very less overhead firewall compared to any other firewalls. That's something what I observed. So it doesn't take much of the memory. It just use 1 GB RAM. That's something very less compared to any other firewalls. Like FortiGate uses 4 GB RAM. FMC FTDs uses a little bit more, 4 GB RAM, like that. So now we select this device and then click on next, install this device, finish. Now the same thing, you can see already this FortiGate is already there, but this is something what I have added. I think I did, this is the one which I've added just now. Simply, if you have added that, I think this one, let me see this one, maybe this one. Just let's quickly start the device and console it just to confirm whether the image is uploaded or not. So we just go to the CLI, and once you go to the CLI, once it finishes the booting process, so I expect the default login. That's what I'm expecting. That basically confirms that the image is working. So we'll try to wait for some time to check this thing. So you can see it just starts. It's a very, very simple image, and very fast as well. It shows you some random serial number, and for the first time it takes some changes and boot up. So what I should expect is the login. When you see the login page, it basically confirms that your image is working fine. That's what I'm expecting. So the first time it actually mounts the device, create the disk, many things it will do in the back end. So at this point, I'm expecting this to come up. So it's rebooting. Let's wait if this comes up after the rebooting process. So the main thing, finally, after a couple of minutes, you can see the device able to see. If you're able to see the login page, that basically confirms that the device is working. So the default login will be admin and the blank password. We'll come back to this, okay? We'll come back to this. Then it will immediately prompt for the new password, which you can always log in, okay? So as of now, I'm not getting into this. I just wanted to test my device and ensure that I'm able to get to the CLI, which basically confirms that the image setup is done properly. That's what will confirm on the GNS3 here.